Brother, I'm so glad you mentioned that because, I actually saw a therapist myself too. Uh, when was this? Like maybe 2021, going 2022, because
Okay, yeah,
I was stressing the heck out, bro, just with
yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah.
I wasn't having that work-life balance, and
Right, yeah, yeah.
and I never thought about seeing a therapist because I thought I didn't need it, like you said.
Right,
And then
yeah, yeah.
I went, and it helped me so much, man. And she had, I think I said this in several episodes before, but she had mentioned mental illness is so rampant in Hawaii because Polynesian culture and Asian culture tend to have
Yeah,
that attitude of just sweeping stuff under the rug. Nah, don't worry, I got
yeah,
you, or shame.
yep,
You know,
yep, yep.
so I'm glad you brought that up, bro, because I think a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
guys need to hear that, man. Yeah.
oh, 100%. Like, no need to be ashamed, bro. Like, everybody goes through it, bro. Nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? Like, you could get, you hear about stories about people like actors that have money, nice bodies, good looks, all the chicks, and then they dead. They killed themselves. Like, why? Why? You know what I mean? Because, bruh, it's all about what's going on in there, bruh. It's not. No one can get in there. You can't physically open your head and go inside. You know what I mean? You got to let it out somehow. You know what I mean? You got to find something, somebody. So I encourage everybody. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean you crazy or you mentally ill. No, it's just like I think at age when you've been through whatever you've been through in your life for so long, sometimes you just gotta dump. You just gotta you gotta let it go, bro. Whatever it is, and then that way you can live that second half of your life. You know what I mean? Like I want 40 more years, bro. I really do. You know what I mean? And who doesn't, right? Yeah,
Amen, brother. um, you talked about your wife providing structure in your life.
yeah, yeah,
I was kind of curious about how your family has affected you for the better, like having a wife and children
yeah.
and just passing on all of your knowledge, your values to them. How has that been for you? What's that like for you?
You know what? When I was younger, I always told my mom I'm not gonna get married. I just can travel, and it's not because I wanted to go and like be a playboy and like any kind of stuff. You know what I mean? No, I just wanted to make music, travel, and experience the world. You know what I mean? That's like that was pretty much like. And I remember telling my mom, I'm gonna be the last one to get married. I might not even get married. Like, and I was the first one to get married in my family. You know, and and I think that's what I need. That's what God knew I needed it. Like He really did. Because, like I said, man, like you said, like, well, Kavet, you've been the same. I mean, yeah, I have been the same. As in, like my interest and my passion for hip hop and music and culture and things of those kind of stuff. And when you kind of wild like me, you know what I mean? And people out there that don't know me, I'm not wild like popping bottle. I'm not that dude popping bottles with models, in the club. That's not me. Mine's is like I don't know how to explain it. Traveling, thousand b-boy jazz, like just on some like different than the mainstream would think. Um, yeah, I really feel that's what grounded me is when I got married. Then when I got kids, that's like the greatest gift. You know what I mean? Like you literally have somebody that you created, and now you can influence them for the better or the worse, right? And that's another sense of grounding. So all those things that I really feel God knew I needed because I was such a like, oh, I want to go to Japan today. Shoots, I'm out. Peace. Oh, mom, I'm gonna, when I was single and you know, hey, mom, I'm gonna go to LA. I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna go spin in LA. I'm gonna go DJ in LA. Oh, I'm gonna go perform in Washington. I'm gonna go with my friends in New York. I'm going to Montreal. Like it literally was like that, right? I would work, save up my money while everybody else went to college, right? And that's why I didn't go to college in the mainland because my thought was, okay, if I stay in Hawaii, go to college, save my money. Everybody's in the mainland already, right? I can go wherever I want. They're stuck in Utah. They're stuck in California. They're stuck in Arizona because that's where you go college. You know what I mean? Me, I'm in Hawaii. Yeah, okay. I'm still getting my education. I'm working full time. I'm DJing and rapping full time. Once it was summertime, I was out. New York, I'm there, right? I don't see nobody else doing that. You know what I mean? Like, so I just thought of it differently. Like, rather than going to New York, which I wish I went to for hip hop, the Mecca, right? I was thinking, oh, maybe I should go to NYU. and be there. I was like, no, 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 no. Stay in Hawaii, represent Hawaii, hold on Hawaii, build up Hawaii. And then when I got enough money, I'm out to New York. 1 month. I'll go to New York, stay at my friend in Brooklyn for 1 month. Boom, right? Come back home, regroup. You know what I mean? So but then because I was like that, I think at some point, you know what I mean, me getting married and finding the right woman and having kids, it grounded me to a point where I had to kind of give up those things, right? And that sacrifice is, it was hard because it kind of showed that I was maybe selfish, you know what I mean? But it's part about growing up, right? It's part about being a man. It's part of you maturing, right? It's a process that we all have to go through. Shoot, you and me, we get friends that's 45, 46, still partying like if they 24. Hey, if that's what you like, do with your life, brah. Just be careful. But that's not how I want to live. You know what I mean? And I'm the number one guy. That's it. I'm not getting married. So I'm blessed to have a wife and kids. You know what I mean? And it's just a grounding, humility, a lot of humility. You know what I mean? Having kids and stuff like that, providing. You know what I mean? Until you have to provide a roof, food, and clothing for people, right? I don't think people know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, bro, that's it.
Yeah, the whole idea you just said about providing, like how, like you talk about God, right? He's always talking about how, in the service of others, right? You get blessings when you serve
Yeah,
others.
yeah.
That's so true, man, because I notice now that I'm married, get wife, get two boys, every time I'm feeling down and out, whatever, or like tired, exhausted,
Yeah,
serving them helps me get out of myself, right? Thinking about my own
yeah,
problems and everything. And it helps big time too. It's almost like a self-therapy session when it's like, oh, you gotta move on, you gotta move forward, you gotta push forward so you can go work and do all these things, stay up late at night for
yeah,
help the kids with stuff. They
yeah.
kind of push you above and beyond what you thought your limits were, man. It's kind of crazy to think about that. I talked about it with Adam Lee one time because
Right, Adam.
yeah. He was on the show earlier too. I gotta
Yep.
I gotta put his episode up later, but yeah, he kind of mentioned some things about that off camera. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Um,
I think it really makes you question when you have wife and kids, makes you question you as a man, but good questioning. It's good to question the things that you do when you have kids and a wife. It makes you realize and reflect like on how you grew up, and was that the best way? Even though your situation might have been the ideal way to grow up, you know what I mean? You don't have to bring those things into your kids. Now, you can actually make that change. It doesn't have to be generational, whatever it is, with Hawaiians, health wise, poverty, you know what I mean, struggle. It doesn't have to be that way. And it doesn't mean you're a rich Hawaiian just because, you know, you put yourself in a better situation than other Hawaiians, you know what I mean? It's like, no, I chose to go to college, and where I'm here now is where I'm supposed to be. Like, you know, I pay my dues to be here, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop, right? You know what I mean? I'll teach my kids that. Like, you gotta, if you want it, go get it. But you gotta just keep on going, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you might go off the path, but you'll get to where you want to go, right? Wherever that may be. So at this point, I'm a web guy at PBS, and it's dope, bruh. I never thought how to. I'm super blessed, dude. I'm so fortunate.
you just reached, you just expanded your influential outreach. You're working for PBS now. I think that's pretty cool.
Oh, I don't think those guys are ready, bro. That's the thing, I mean, hey, if you watch this and you watched PBS 6 months ago, and then you watch PBS now,
Totally different.
You'll see, and it's not only me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's not, bro, 100% not me. I'm just over there, like
right.
flavoring it up. You know what I mean? Like adding
Yeah.
my samples, adding my ad libs. Turn me up in the headphones. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just dropping it there. PBS has an awesome production crew, a digital crew, a digital production crew, cameraman, producers. Like, the team is like amazing. And you know what I mean? And when we in our meetings and they ask like, "Oh, we want to do a story about B-boy," I'm like,
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Does anybody know any breakdancers? Yeah, I might know a couple. You know, yeah, you know, and want to do a story about art, graffiti. Oh, okay. Like, I know some guys. You know, because I'm not over there walking in like, hey, yo, what's up, everybody? My name's Kavet the Catalyst. Hip hop. You know, no, I'm like, hey, hi, my name's Kavet Omo. I'm the web guy. That's it. And then they hey, Kavet, I think I see you, or oh, looked you up on Google. Like you do that's rapping. You do these. Oh yeah, small kind. But I don't. You know what I mean? I'm not like over there like, hey, everybody, look at me. Like no, that's not my style. You know what I mean? I believe like your gifts and talents will always be shown, no matter what situation you is. I could be on Garbage Man, if anything. You know what I mean? Like my uncle was there for 40 years, and people still, I'd probably still be rapping. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah,
That's tight, bro. I know that's not your style too.
yeah, no,
Out there, yeah.
yeah. I just think, man, if you're talented or if you got something to say, it eventually come out. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of times that through social media, we feel we gotta like blow up the spot, right? We gotta put it out there on Front Street. I got this, I got that. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I just let the work show for itself pretty much. I try every now and then, I become a bitter old man, like, oh man, like music was better back then. Like, oh man, like, oh that pants is too tight, bro. I guess you were baggy pants, size
Oh,
38,
dude.
size 40.
Oh my
Like,
God.
but that's just me being an old head, bro. That's me being an old man, and I get it. That's cool.
I,
Yeah.
I put a post about that one time, on Facebook about the skinny jeans. I'm like, why? Why? You are
Yeah.
ruining your health.
You ruin every, but it is what it is. You know what gets me nowadays is the haircuts nowadays.
Uh,
The full rice bowl haircut with the Joe Dirt in the back. Like, so they shave the sides, right? And then they get the straight, I want to be black haircut, right? Because they can't, they no more nappy hair like the brothers. So they line them up like that. And that's, yeah, leave that for the brothers, bro. The brothers got the dope froze. They can like
yeah,
make the
yeah, yeah.
clean lines. But we try to like make this rice bowl straight line, shave only the sides, and then you get the Joe Dirt in the back. Like, oh my God. Like, and it's like I want to tell these girls, like, you like guys that look like that? Like, so you telling me girls like guys with Joe Dirt haircut, want rice bowl in the front, shave I like it's like okay. It's like to be young, right? To be young, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Oh,
is what it's but it's all funny to me. So if you're watching this and you have the Joe Dirt haircut with the shaved sides and the the front rice bowl with the pit vipers, you know what I mean? And you take your pictures like that, then like, hey, do what you do. Do what you do. Get yours. Get yours.
be
Anyway,
you, be you.
be you. Be you. Don't let this old guy or these old guys tell you what to do. Be young. Be young. Get yours. Wear the tight pants. Wear the pit vipers. Everything. Do all that. Get it.
Oh
Get
man,
it. Cause
my stomach's so sore right now. My I gotta tell you something kind of funny. It's just kind of off subject a little bit, but so my two sons, right? They
yeah.
listen to what I listen to. It was
Okay.
cracking me
Okay.
up. It was cracking me up because my 3-year-old, I heard him running up and down the hallway going, slam, da 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 da
Oh,
da da.
nice.
I was like, what? And then my oldest one, we're in the car, no music playing, nothing. I was dropping him off at school, and I just
Yeah.
heard go, do 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 do. He keeps on passing me by. It was
That's
like
dope.
I got
That's dope.
Onyx over here, I got Far Side, and real quick story. One time, when my son was 3, no joke, I was taking him to school. On the way going, I had my iPhone plugged in, and it just plays
Yeah.
whatever's on my iPhone, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah. Yeah.
had first it had Zapp and Roger playing, and
Oh,
then my son
nice.
goes, yeah, and my son goes, Dad, that's not hip hop. I was like, what?
What?
It's like, oh, okay. And I'm driving, so I don't want to look, so I just press the thing, and it shuffles, and then it
Yeah.
played. I can't remember what it played. It was like maybe like Bruno Mars, and then
Right.
he's like, no, Daddy, that's not it. And then I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
nice.
So I click him again, and then all of a sudden it plays "Don't Sweat the Technique," Rakim,
Oh, nice.
and then my
Yeah.
son's like, "Yeah, daddy, that's what I want."
Wow. That's amazing.
3 years old,
That's
bro.
amazing. That's that.
Oh,
That's what's up, dude. My kids don't like they respect my hip hop, but yeah, they don't really listen to what I listen to, which is cool. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
They listen to whatever's. They kind of listen to whatever's, but that's so dope. You know what I mean? But at least my kids know they do know MF Doom,
yeah,
and they
yeah.
don't tribe. They don't tribe.
Oh,
I
that's
think
good.
they yeah. I think that's the extent of their Nas. I think they know Nas because Nas is still making music. But
Yeah,
besides that, yeah, yeah. I mean, whatever they listen to, I just be like, okay, that's cool.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. But I mean, that's amazing that your kids can pick that out like that. That's so dope.
yeah. That totally caught me off guard, man. Oh my gosh. Hey, so I gotta ask you this. This is super important question. I know you gave a lot of good advice too. If you had to give any kind of tips or other bits of advice for other struggling people out there, especially Polynesian guys, what kind of advice would you want to give them?
Ooh, advice. What kind of advice would I want to give? Uh, oh man, especially for Polynesians, I think you gotta. I think you gotta. I mean, it was late in my life where I really identified as really being Hawaiian, like on the real. I knew I was Hawaiian by blood, right? When Kamehameha, I'm Hawaiian, but it took me a while to really embrace being Hawaiian. So whatever journey that is, whatever you are, Polynesian, Hawaiian, Samoan, Tongan, Fijian, whatever, even like it's just you whatever time it takes for you to find the identity, allow just be patient with it. Don't fake the funk, right? You know what I mean? You don't gotta go. I don't gotta go to Lo'i to prove I'm Hawaiian. You know what I mean? I don't gotta go and like sail to Hokulea to prove I'm Hawaiian. Now I want to, like, you know what I mean? Now I'm more like, oh yeah, bro. Like I love going to the Lo'i, cleaning, bro. It feels so awesome. But Kavet when I was 21 is like, nah, I don't like, right? But that doesn't mean I wasn't Hawaiian, but I never really found what it is to be Hawaiian and my identity in being a Hawaiian till later, right? You know what I mean? But I feel like that journey was mine to take and mine to discover on my own, right? There's a lot of pressure. I mean, I think there's more pressure in like maybe the Samoan community because I feel like they hold way more traditions than we as Hawaiians. You know what I mean? Like when you look at Kahuku example, you know what I mean? Like, bruh, that's how you raise a child. A village raises a child. That's how it. If that's how it is for Polynesia for in Hawaii old Hawaii, bruh, that's how it is. Like they don't play over there. It's like a family. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And for one of them to be like, nah, I don't like Palosami, bruh, they probably get licked, right? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't like, whatever. I don't like what the whole family's doing, right? But maybe later on the line, they'd be like, oh, nah, like poi. I never liked poi until I was maybe when I come in, man, I started eating it more, right? But before that, elementary, I was like, I don't like poi, right? So my thing is just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's different ways to find your identity in your culture. You know what I mean? Like we don't gotta stereotype it and lock it in on one thing, right? Like we have choke guys in our class get tattoos on their face, like you know what I mean, bro. These guys is like, bro, Hawaiian, like you know what I mean, like freaking Professor X of you know what I mean. They work in the community that helped out the culture, like sell hokulea, like bro. We get choke guys like that, but that's not me. You know what I mean? Like that's not that is Hawaiian. That is Hawaii. That's not how I identify Hawaiian. That's not how I represent Hawaii. Right? God created me to represent Hawaii this way, and it's through hip hop. Right? It's through me doing web stuff. Right? And as weird as it sounds, that's how I was created. Right? That's just what it is, bro. You know what I mean? I don't dance hula. Right? I barely speak Hawaiian. I mean enough to understand and respond, but that's pretty much the extent. You know what I mean? And it's not because I don't want to learn more, because I appreciate it more. I'm down to clean the go in the color patch and do all that stuff. Now down to learn more about my culture. Took a long time, but that was just my time. But yeah, so whatever. some guys might be feeling like, man, like, I don't really, what I mean, all my family members is doing all this crazy Hawaiian culture stuff, and like I'm not feeling it. Nah, that's cool, bro. In your time, you figure it out. I mean, no matter what, you'll get drawn to it because it's in your blood. Like it really is. Whether you like it or not, like you can deny it all you want, but if you're like Hawaiian or whatever Polynesian, eventually, bro, that your spirit will call you back to it. And to the capacity is up to the individual, right? And I think that's what I just want to say. It's kind of a weird one, how to, what I mean? But I feel like for me, I'm not the average Hawaiian. If you think of a Hawaiian person, you know what I mean? I mean, neither are you, really. You know what I mean? You did all the Polynesian dancing, but now you're a web guy kind of like me, right? Like, that's not the typical Hawaiian. But you can jam uke, I cannot. Only can play by ear, you know what I mean? So, but, I mean, that's what I want to say, man. Like, yeah, let your journey be your journey. And when you find your culture, you'll find it when it's in the time for you to find it, right? And embrace it to the extent that you feel that you should embrace it.
Bruh, that was fire right there, what you said. No, I'm so serious, man. Because, like, I mean, I know it's not just you or I. Like, even I don't know if you saw the episode with Jacob Stewart, our
Oh yeah,
classmate.
yeah, I seen Jake. Yeah, I seen Jake. Yeah,
He touched upon that too. It's like,
yeah, yeah,
he didn't
yeah,
look Hawaiian enough, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's crazy because like I meet so many guys that are Hawaiian that may not be like that are kind of like us, where we know some stuff, but maybe not everything, and we have
Yeah.
a lot of classmates who are very deep into the culture, not like us,
Oh, bro.
right?
So dope.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
then just quick examples. So like for me, I'm working on this project, making these Hawaiian educational games with the
Right.
stuff that I do, right? With like developing mobile apps and online gaming and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
There's a kid that graduated from Kamehameha
Right.
a few years ago. He's like a genius.
Yeah.
I think he was on the news one time, the Imua news, because he did this experiment where he broke into the Kamehameha IT security system or
Oh,
something like
nice.
that. Yeah, and that
That's
was
something I would do.
but it was like a testing. He was testing something,
Yeah.
for them.
Okay.
But now he works in the Bay Area, and his
Oh,
plan
nice.
is, as a software engineer, to create more jobs in technology for the Hawaiian folks. And this guy, you look at him, you wouldn't think he was Hawaiian. The brother look Asian as heck, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't speak that much Hawaiian at all, but he graduated KS like us, and he's using those talents to now push the culture forward, right? That's
Yeah.
that's so cool, man. Like how you just said, whatever talents you got and whatever time is ready for you to come back to the Lahui and push it forward,
Yep.
man. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like all this technology is not for nothing. We're not abandoning the past ways and traditions. No, we're enhancing it. You know what I mean? With all this stuff, it's like it'll be dumb for any Hawaiian or any Polynesian to deny where technology or things that are not of the traditional means of culture, of bringing culture up, of supporting culture to shun this kind of what we do or what that guy does. No. You got to understand, like, as Hawaiians, we need to populate everything, right? We need people in your space, my space, Maka's space, you know what I mean? Jake's space, you know what I mean? Like Adam's space, we need Hawaiians, Polynesians everywhere. We cannot just have everybody, you know what I mean, on the farm, you know what I mean? Like, we got to have the farmers. We got to have the fishermen,
Yep.
right? We got to have the guys in the canoe. We got to guys have the mauka and the makai. We got to have guys behind the computer. If we can get Hawaiians in every facet in front, bro, we could be unstoppable. You know what I mean? And that's how we do it. You know what I mean? That's the mentality that I think about us as Hawaiians, that we need to do those things, right? And along the way, we got to start pulling up. We got to start identifying, like, hey, that guy, like that kid, right? Like, oh, that kid, bro. That's the kid right there. He's gonna infiltrate Silicon Valley. That's gonna be the next billionaire. And guess what he gonna do? He gonna buy the island back from Ellis and be like, this Hawaiian now. I mean,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like, people don't the Hawaiians, they don't understand that I don't gotta be. I have friends that are on the forefront of Mauna Kea, like, bah, young homies linked up with the Kapunas. They doing that because that's what they're called to do, right? Me, I raised money. I did what I did, and I donated, right? All this stuff to my friends on the front line. So the partnership is there, right? not every Hawaiian can go there and protest, right? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The ability to sacrifice their job and family to be on the front line, right? Those guys are special at what they do, and they're called to do that. I'm special. We're special to do what we do to support people like that. So when they need a lawyer, they're gonna go find one Hawaiian lawyer, right? When they need to make a website or an e-commerce site to sell product to help them pay for the lawyer fees that got them there in the court, right? They come to guys like us, right, or something like that. You know what I mean? There's so many layers to it that we cannot be short-sighted to see like, oh no, if you're not there protesting at the Capitol about Hawaiians, bro, you're not one Hawaiian. Like,
Right.
no. There's people, individual that's called in their spirit to be there. They're called to be there. You know what I mean? They're no lesser or greater than you or I. We all play the role, right? It's we, us, Ohana, right?
Yeah.
La hui go maintain is what Crichton says. So, and that's what I always thought. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, my identity in Hawaii, and like, bro, I'm not like that. So what is it? So that's why I was kind of like, whatever. I'm Hawaiian. I would come in, man. We good, right? Give me my free money for go to school. Later on, I realized. Later on, I realized like, no. I have a role in Hawaii. Like, I really do. And it was Hawaii hip hop for a long time, and it still is. The younger guys that that I talk to, and they're holding the torch. You know what I mean? I'm stoked to give all my know-how to them, like give all my knowledge. Like, bro, look up to me. They look up to me, and I look up to them. I don't look down. I look up to them. We look like that, peers, right? Because when we were coming up, we had plenty of guys look down on us.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, we're gonna look up to these young guys, to these next generation, because we need to hold them at a standard as our own, because they need to understand that they're no lesser than anybody.
Yeah.
They can be great too, you know what I mean? And we need to push them up to be great. So that's just, I always have that mentality. I have a different mentality, growing up in a Hawaiian school, or, coming in late ninth grade, like, I got to see things differently, you know what I mean? Knowing that I was listening to majority 99% black music, soul, funk, jazz, hip hop, your own TV raps every day, So it's like I knew I was different, but I knew I'd always represent Hawaii in my way, in my time. Yeah.
Ooh, that was right. I hope plenty of people gotta see this one, man. Wow, that it's that kind bombs that you just dropped that, just want to make people just get motivated to do something,
You gotta do something, bro. Wherever you're at, bro, wherever God puts you at, you can be the best at it. And guess what? You represent Hawaiians. Like I said, you can be the best garbage man, bruh. That represents Hawaii. Like, dude, we kind of marginalize or diminish people's roles, whatever it is. Yep. Like, you know what I mean? These young guys coming up, like working McDonald's, don't ever. I always tell them like that job that you have there is the reason why you're there, and don't just quit. Like, follow through with it. Whatever time period you have at McDonald's, I'm just saying that because I always tell them your supervisor might become the manager of a hotel, which might become the VP of marketing. You're going to school for marketing. You graduate from school, and guess what? That guy gonna be sitting at the top, being like, "I remember you at McDonald's."
Yeah, man.
You was terrible, bro. Scrammed. Or they could be like, "I remember you. You bust your ass. You was a good worker, bro."
Yep.
Hey, you know what? Never mind. No need to fill out the application. Just, bro, I got you. Come on, right? So it's like. That's how I feel like we need to look at things. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm sure a lot of Hawaiians out there look at that, but I feel like the world, or in general, we might look at it as it only can be one way, like the traditional Hawaiian way, right? You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. And that's just not me, right? You know what I mean? And that's not you either, right? Even though you know how to dance, you know that, those arts, you know what I mean? I respect that because I could never do that. But you know what I mean? I don't know. It's the way I think, and I feel like I'm still doing my part, even though there's not too much Hawaii branding in my my clothing. You know what I mean? I feel like if I'm the best at what I do, and I represent with integrity, eventually they will be like, "Oh, and the guy's from Hawaii, and he's native Hawaiian." Like, "Oh, okay," right? So there's different ways to infiltrate the system, and that's what people got to understand.
Let me know when you drop your hat. Let me know when you drop your hat in politics, bro.
No ways. My politics is on the street level of politics.
Hey, whatever it takes to be a leader, man. Shoot. All that stuff you just said, all that manao is so valuable for people to hear, especially when you were talking about everybody being in different facets, different industries to help each other out. And the thing that kind of I get upset with is something you kind of mentioned earlier too. Sometimes the younger generations, they'll forget that we live on an island. Everybody knows everybody. You gotta make sure you kako and build relationships with folks, because
Yeah, yeah,
guarantee you're gonna run into them again somewhere.
hundred
No
percent,
degrees of
100%.
separation. No degrees of separation in Hawaii.
Yeah, none. And even when you're in the mainland, it
Yeah.
may not be as close as 6 degrees. It may be 12, but it's still there's still a degree. And you know what I mean? It can go. Hey, when I was traveling a lot, I would say I'm from Hawaii everywhere. When I went to New York, I remember going to New York at Starbucks, right? I go up there, want to get a coffee. Oh, what you like? Not what you like, but like, and then the attitude, full New York attitude. Then I'd be like, oh, can I get a mocha? They're like, hey, where you from? Where you from? I was like, Hawaii. Then from like this, they're like, Hawaii? Oh, Hawaii? I'm like, yeah, I'm from Hawaii. What are you doing here? Oh, DJ hip hop. Oh, what? Oh, so cool. Okay, what you want? You want a mocha? Okay, you want a whipped cream? Like, oh, right on. Hey, I want to go to Hawaii. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. Thank you. Okay, and then I throw like the mahalo. Like, oh, hey, okay, have a good day. And then they go to the next customer. What you like, like coffee. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and being from Hawaii, and Hawaii, that whole 6 degrees separation, I just gave the glimpse of Hawaii, that lost spirit, to some barista in New York, right? He might never get, right? So it's like, in that sense, he might meet somebody, he might change his attitude and be like, oh, maybe I gotta go to Hawaii, maybe I gotta be more like that Hawaiian guy I met, like, and not be so New York. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it's one of those things that it's an innate quality that we have, being from Hawaii and being Hawaiian. You know what I mean? And that's why so much people was pimping Hawaii. I mean, that's a whole other subject, but I got on that one, like, from clothing brands to
Yep.
companies, to commercialization of Hawaii, to
Yep.
tourism. They're pimping us, bro. They're
Yeah, they
pimping
are.
our culture.
Yeah, they are.
And I can go out on tangents, you know what I mean? But that's why we gotta claim it back. You know what I mean? When people see Hawaii and Hawaiians, it's gotta be us,
Yeah.
meaning all of us.
Yeah.
Right? So they can see it's not just the brother grinding in the loi, brother in the canoe. Like, they got to see, like, oh, it's also the guy that's in Silicon Valley, like that young kid that's making billions of dollars. Wow, that guy's native Hawaiian.
Yep, bro.
You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah. That's why I started this thing, man, this YouTube channel, because showcasing brothers like you and all the other guys that have been able to come on a show,
oh,
man. Just say like,
I
look at
think,
where we at. Look at all these island
yeah,
boys and what they're doing. They're succeeding in all these various facets of
yeah.
life, bro. It's so cool, man. Seriously.
And you're the podcast, your YouTube. You never know who might see it. You know what I mean? And even if they're not Polynesian or Hawaiian or not, you know what I mean? They can guarantee take stuff from it, take things from it that would help them in whatever culture they're in. Maybe it's Native American, you know what I mean? Maybe it's like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Something like, I don't know, Celtic, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Some,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And find pride in their culture and take that back from what we're giving, and apply it to them. You know what I mean? So you never know who is gonna see this or hear this. So that's why sometimes I gotta watch out what I say.
No, man, I think it's cool. Like, I think you're
Uh,
speaking from the heart and from your now. I
oh,
think it's awesome, man. Yeah.
I only speak from my heart and passion, which sometimes gets me in trouble.
Gotta help, bro. Free keeping it. I know what you mean. Yeah,
Ah,
tact. You gotta be tactful or whatever.
yeah, that's what in the corporate setting, right? You got to be tactful. So I can turn that on. That's easy. Throw me in a room with suits, bro. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, that's hip hop right there. That's part of hip hop right there, right? You know what I mean? Throw me in the street, I'm fine. Throw me in nah. If you throw me in a room full of Hawaiian speakers, I'm bad.
Me too. Ole Hawaii.
Hawaii? No. Oh boy.
Bro, seriously, man. I know we're kind of running out of time, but I just want to
Yeah.
thank you so much, bro, for doing this, man.
Oh
This
yeah, no
is
problem, bro.
this is super cool. Like, you definitely gonna
Oh yeah.
touch somebody's heart on this one. And folks, check out Kavet and some of the work that he's done. You can see it on YouTube. Checking out Light Sleepers. Even check out some of the stuff he's been putting out on PBS, man.
Yeah,
It's pretty
yeah.
awesome.
Everybody check out please check out PBS. You know what I mean? Like we're doing some good things. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to like definitely just change it up. You know what I mean? And I mean PBS has been representing Hawaii and Hawaiians.
Yeah.
There's a catalog from a deep of Hawaiian stuff. So please check out PBS. Check out Light Sleepers. Support Gavon, what he's doing right here. You know what I mean? And everybody just go out and get it. You know what I mean? Just get yours. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Don't sleep.
Don't sleep. Get the merchandise, folks. Yeah.
Don't sleep.
Yeah. Mahalo everybody for checking out this episode, and you go tune in for the next one too. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe, and check out more
Yes.
Kavet Omo, you folks. Mahalo, brother.
Shoots. Mahalo.